this. All right. Ready? So we've already started talking a little bit about this stuff, but we want to continue with it. So a couple things that I want to focus on is they said this particular point here is part of this. Okay? So I actually have an idea that I want to do. I just came up with it. It probably is going to crash and burn, but go with me. You guys ready to sink this ship with me?
Yeah.
All right. Might as well play with a little technology while I can. So we have the equation. We have that equation given, and let's take a look. All right. I'm going to look at your paper. Y equals 4 parentheses x minus 7 plus 10. All right. So this is the equation that we have drawn. I'll make it a little thicker so we can see it at a nicer rate. And actually, let's change the color on it a little bit. Why don't you let me change my color? All right. So we have that, and then we also say that we have a point -7, 10. All right. So you see the dot, you see the line. I just want to make sure it's 7, -7, 10. All right. So the question that was said was, Alex said that the point -7, 10 is on that line. So you see that purple dot right there? See that dot right here? Is this dot somehow on this red line? I'm pretty sure about that, right? So the mistake was made with this problem. The -7, 10, that -7, 10 is that purple dot. Y equals 4 parentheses x minus 7 plus 10 is the red line. So does anyone know what error was made? Any ideas? I plugged it into this value here, the -7, 10. I plugged in and plotted it right there. And then this is the equation. The red is the equation. So, is Alex right or wrong about what they said? Or this fictitious person named Alex on here. Does that point lay on that line? No. So what kind of error might have taken place? So I want to come back to this, take a look at it, investigate it a little bit further. So we have this point, -7, 10, and we have this equation, y equals 4x minus 7 plus 10. So a couple things. Yeah, they're up on my desk, I believe. Okay, so let's take a look. I feel really comfortable that this 10 and this 10 are probably the same thing. They're both positive, right? Now, in the world of math, if I were to insert a point inside parentheses, the sign must change. Okay? So, notice, it's a -7, but if I take that -7 and put it in right here, Did the sign change from above to down below? The answer is no. So we can do one of two things. I can go back on to Desmos, and I can change my equation. If I was going to change the sign and I made this plus 10, well, where's that purple dot? Is that purple dot still right there? Let's find it. Is the purple dot on the line? What did I change from the original question to that? So take a look at either on your paper or up at the board. What changed? What changed from? What did I change here to here? What changed? 7. I made it positive, right? So remember, on the slide that's behind that, I said if you take something and you plug it into parentheses, if you take a number and you plug it into parentheses of math, it always has to change the sign. So that's one thing to kind of keep in mind. So plug into parentheses. If something is going to be plugged in or taken outside of parentheses, the sign changes. Okay? So let's see if we can make that kind of idea work a little bit more with this. Okay, so basically the error that took place here, is if you made that a positive sign, so you had y equals 4x plus 7 plus 10, this contains this point. Okay? And I just tried to show it on Desmos that it worked that way. Okay, so friends, let me repeat this one more time. And it sounds kind of goofy because I keep repeating myself, but that's fine. I want you to hear this. If I take something, if I take a number and I plug it into parentheses, the sign changes. If I take it out of parentheses, the sign changes. All right, ready? Let's talk about this. So the point I want to take out, I'm going to make it 2, 3. Okay. Which number changed the sign? What number up there changed the sign? 2. It was a minus 2 in the parentheses. It came out to be a positive 2. And then that's the point that we find. And then this right here is our slope. Our slope, which is m, which is, in this case, 5. Okay? All right. Talk me through this next one. What's my point going to be? What's my point going to be from this equation? 1, negative 5. Good. What's my slope? What's the number out in front of these parentheses that we can't see? Is there a number outside these parentheses? There was a 5 here. What number is out front that we don't have to put? If I said x and I said 1x, is that the same thing? Hello. There's a 1. If you don't have a number in front of parentheses, it always has to be a 1. All right, what is my point on this one? I think negative 8 is going to work. What about what's the other number I put? 0. Why is it 0? You're absolutely right. Yeah, there's nothing there. Nothing is 0. Okay, and then our slope of this one is negative 3 over 4. Okay? All right, so now let's make this work not using Desmos. Ready? Can I move up? Like, I don't know, can you? All right, what is my point on this first one? What? 4 what? 4, negative 1? So 4, negative 1 is right here. Yes or no? And what's my slope of this line? What's my slope? 2 over 3. So from this point, I'm going to go up to right 3. And I draw myself my line. So there's 2 points that are there. Just draw the line. All right. I have a question. I have a question for you, my friends. How do I increase the size of this picture? Does this work? Oh, it did. That works. Oh, that worked great. Oh, that's so much better. I was like totally having to squint back here. All right. Ready? Get rid of that. Okay, here we go. What is my point from this line? 5, 7. Good. So 5, 7, I go right 5, up 7. Put my dot. What's my slope? 3 over 4. So that means I'm going to go up 3, right 4. Put a dot. Connect the dots. Make a straight line. Ta-da. Arrow at both ends. Have you seen this before, my friends? Or is this the first time you've ever seen this? Hopefully you've seen it at least once. All right. What is my point on this one? Negative 4 is 0. Yeah, there's nothing there, so it's got to be 0. So negative 4 is 0 is back here. I have a negative out front, so what's my slope? Negative 1, which is the same thing as saying negative 1 over 1. So I'm going to go from my pink dot, down 1, right 1. Connect those 2 dots that are really close to each other. There it goes. Okay, help me out. What's my point? What's my point? Negative 5, negative 4. Good. So negative 5, negative 4 down here. Slope is negative 5 over 2. So from, do this in pink, I'm going to go down 5, right 2. Connect the dots. Line of best fit. Wow. Huh. How do you feel about that so far? So let's you still writing it down? Still going? Good. Ready? 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 All right, let me just take a look at what this next page is. All right, so we got that. Very good. All right, so let's decompress what we did. So if I have an equation that looks like this, so let's say I have y equals negative 2 over 3, x plus 4 minus 7. And then I have y equals 3 over 2, x minus 5 plus 10. Okay, so what is my point on this one? Negative 4 and negative 7. And my slope? Negative 2 over 3. What's out in front? All right. What's my point on this one? 5 and 10. So I changed the sign. And my slope? 3 over 2. Okay. Let's keep going a little bit. So what if I had y equals 5x plus 3 minus 2? What's my point? And? Negative 2. Slope? 5 over 1 or just 5? I love it. Great. All right. What about if I had this? What's my point? 8 and 10. And then slope? Negative 2 over 1. Cool. Slope, it's whatever's just out front.
Oh.
That's all it is. And what's nice, if you just left it as 5 versus 5 over 1, that's fine. The reason we do 5 over 1 is because when we do the slope, it's usually a fraction to help us guide us to find a new point. Okay? So what about if we had this? What's my point? Negative 16, negative 11. What's my slope? Just 1 or 1 over 1. So what we have to realize is there is a 1 out in front, which brings that. So if you don't see anything out there, it's got to be a 1. Okay? So let's see if we can make this work a little bit more. Let's say we have negative 7 over 8 x plus 6 minus 10. Okay, what's my point? Negative 6, negative 10. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, do you feel comfortable with that so far? All right, what was my slope of this one? Negative 7 over 8. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make this a positive right now. Let's just pretend Stirrup made a mistake because he can't do math. So I'll keep it as 7 over 8. Cool. All right, ready? So up 7, right 8. So from this point, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then connect the dots. Draw your line as straight as you possibly can. And that's basically what we're doing. So we are taking an equation, a linear equation. It's in something that's called, it's a modified version of point slope form. We're finding the point, and then we're using the slope. So let's put a couple directions. So let's, and this might be something that we take a picture of, okay? Hang on, let's get it done. All right, so first step is to find the point. Find the point. So it's going to be opposite, inside, same, outside. Okay, so when I say opposite inside, it's positive 3, same outside is 5. Okay, then we could say, second thing is slope. Slope is m, so we're going to make it 2 over 1, and then we're going to say make fraction. Third step, plot point. Fourth step, use slope from point to find a second point. All right, so let's see if we can make this work. XY, plot the point, 3, 5, right? Does everybody check off on the green so far? the red, find the slope. So from here, I'm going to go down 2, right 1. Okay, plot the point. So, and you use the slope from the point, the original point, to draw yourself into your line. Okay, so that's the steps that we're using right there. Okay, you might want to take a picture of that, okay? All right, so a little tiny curveball, I just want to tell you how we're going to do it, okay? So you have this sheet of paper in front of you, agree? We took notes on the first 6 problems, agree? Okay, so I would like you to try. Does everyone have a picture of that board? Okay, I'll go back to it. Try the rest of this worksheet. There is points if tried for tomorrow. So you have the rest of the period to work on it, but I'm giving you a little bit of homework. Is that all right? Do you want me to go back to that one thing so you can take a picture? There you go. But see if you can try it. I bet you can do the rest of this worksheet, the front and the back, the front and the back. Okay? So, can I make you all a deal? Yep. Can I make you guys a deal? Make you guys a deal. Ready? Ready? Okay. If all tried before class tomorrow, I will award 6 out of 4 points. Okay? If not all tried, you get a 2 out of 4. No. Each individual. Okay. Hey, friends, is 6 out of 4 extra credit? So, friends, listen. Get this. Try the rest of the sheet. Does try mean it's all correct? No, it just means you tried. You made a valid attempt. Maybe you get to a question that you're not sure how to do, so maybe put a little question mark next to it so we can go over tomorrow. But I want to give you that. If you come to class tomorrow and you can show me your worksheet saying, I tried, look, I tried, and it is legitimately tried. It's not like blank where you have like smudges on it. I'll give you 6 out of 4 points, meaning I'll give you extra credit on a homework. If it is not all tried, then you only get a 2 out of 4, which is half the points. This one?